All right, here's what's up on a First Friday Miracle edition of the program. The Buckeyes are up, officially out there now. Fox announcing yesterday Ohio State's Big Ten championship game loss to Indiana drew a record-breaking audience of 18.3 million, the most watched Big Ten title game ever, second most watched game in college football this season. The Michigan game was number one, 18.4. Ohio State, Indiana, 18.3. Then Alabama, Georgia, 16.9. Ohio State, Texas, 16.6. This is the real truth on the ratings this year. This is the battle that's kind of being waged. Fox has Ohio State. Ohio State played 3 marquee games this year, and those marquee games rated bonanza. The SEC won the year in that if you looked at the top 50 games this year, the vast majority are the Southeastern Conference. Again, this is not an Ohio State problem. It's a Big Ten problem. They didn't play enough hits. They didn't do enough to build brands outside of the Buckeye brand. And so this is what you're stuck with, whereas if Ohio State's in the window, you're going to rate. If they're not in the window, nobody else in this league has proven that they've been able to carry it. Michigan is second. They're the second most liked. And then it would be interesting to see how USC and Oregon and Penn State and all of those kind of sort out. My hunch is it would be Oregon at this point, would be probably the third most valuable brand in terms of putting eyeballs on it. But again, this is not a Buckeye problem. It's a Big Ten problem. The bottom of the league's really bad, and there's a lot of unwatchable games because they didn't play the hits. I mean, Ohio State didn't play Indiana, Oregon, or USC this year. It's a bad job.
I get USC on the calendar next year, but
great.
The idea that it took this long for those two brands, those two historic college football brands, to play each other is ridiculous. And help us, Kurt Signetti. You might be our only hope. If you want any alleviation from this big noon fiasco, it's probably going to have to come from Indiana and maybe Penn State. Maybe.
I
think that's at least a year out from Matt Campbell and trying to resurrect that program into something where a network like Fox would be like, sure, we'll take them over whoever else Ohio State's playing. I mean, these numbers.
Reese, how many do we have? Ohio State, Rutgers? I mean, how many big games do we have? Just utter nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever get to the 6 in a row that was last year.
Oh, God.
But it certainly felt like you had 3 in a row on Fox in some form or fashion. And I can sense it from Buckeye fans. I feel it myself. Fox just isn't it anymore.
It's a tough watch. I mean, the amount of commercials, when they take the commercials, it's a long, tough watch. I was talking to a buddy who just primarily watches the NFL. He's like, is this what every college game's like? You watch the Big Ten championship game? No. They're not all 4.5 hours long.
I had to do it twice this year. The one time was the Washington game, and the other was this Big Ten championship game where I had to go back and watch the Big Ten in 60.
Yeah.
To kind of catch up on the game because I saw bits and pieces, but not the whole thing. That between a Fox broadcast is just night and day. And I understand when you're cutting out all the fluff and you get it all in an hour, it's definitely different than a normal game. But, man, it sure does seem like there's a lot of unnecessary in a Fox broadcast.
Yeah, there is. Speaking of unnecessary, Big Ten officiating on the basketball side of things, unnecessary. It's unwatchable. It's a bad television product. This thing that I watched last night.
On Peacock.
Let me do the basketball first, and then I'll get to the get off my lawn stuff. Bruce Thornton had a first half where he was essentially unguardable. He only missed one shot. I mean, he only missed one shot. He's basically unguardable. Played about perfect. And Ohio State was down 6. And I was watching with the boys, and I go, oh, that's not good. And they go, what do you mean? Thornton's unbelievable. I'm like, yeah, he had the best half you can have, and they're down 6. They don't have the firepower to hang with that Illinois team. That Illinois team, that's a Final Four team. That's an Elite 8 team. That's an elite college basketball team. Ohio State's not on that level yet. And I do think they'll get there with Jake. I think he's doing a lot of the right things. I think it's coming along, but they're not there yet. But I thought Thornton was exceptional. I don't, as great as he is, and this is going to sound backhanded. It's not intended to. I just don't think you can be a Final Four team if he's your best player.
No, you're absolutely right.
And it's not a shot at him. I know it comes across that way because he was brilliant. God, he was 34, 6 and 6. He missed one shot in the first half, had 24 at the break. Illinois couldn't handle him in any way. But the way that the game is played now, I just don't know that if you can make that run with him as your best player. And he's clearly the best player on this team.
I've been saying that for a while, and people get angry.
Yeah.
But it's just the truth. And when I look at this Ohio State basketball team, where's the pro? Maybe that's Amari Bynum. Maybe. But he's young in his development. Matthew Grujicic, although he didn't even see the floor last night, maybe he's just 17. Maybe he could develop into something at 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
Bruce is a really, really good college basketball player, but he's never going to play in the NBA.
Not be a dude. I mean, the size.
He'll be maybe an end-of-the-bench guy, but he's probably going to play a lot of college basketball in Europe. And again, we're not knocking Bruce. He's a really, really good college basketball player. And where would this Ohio State program be without him? My goodness.
Yeah. Right.
But there's just no pro. There's no guy that's going to get you there. Maybe next year when Anthony Thompson comes in, maybe you got something. And Amari Bynum, another year of him. It just sure seems like they're going to be fighting to get into the tournament again.
I think that's the good word, fighting to get into the tournament. And that was the expectation, that they would make the tournament. So that's what this is going to be. I mean, Illinois, Bo, what you were saying about them being a team that will make a run in March, I was interested to see how Christoph Tilley would go against actual center bigs in the Big Ten. Early return, not great. But nobody was really great outside of Bruce. Yeah. And I think that can give you stuff to be very, very cautious and maybe negative about going into the year. But they're only 1-1 in Big Ten play. I think it gets better because you were still in it the second half. You never, what was it? You were maybe down 1 point, and then somehow Gabe Cupps got matched on one of their big Eastern Europeans. And I go, well, that isn't going to work. But it's time. You have time to work.
Yeah.
Not much.
No, I never thought they were going to win. I just didn't think they were ever going to win. I just think Illinois had an answer to everything. Anytime it got interesting, to your point, they got Cupps plays his ass off, but he got switched, and there's not much he can do about it. I'm going to have to talk to Rhyme Time about this. Those guys dressed in orange with the cigarettes and the bowler hats behind the Illinois bench, I'm for all those guys. My kid's like, are they smoking? So I don't think it's a real cigarette. I don't think it's that.
Like vape pens?
They were like older dudes, like with beards, dressed as like a Serbian army or something. It was unbelievable. I'm for all those guys. There is a pound of flesh that has been taken from the Buckeye basketball fandom over the course of the last decade. The end of Thad, and after the beginning of Holtman, the end of Holtman, left in, and I think coupled with a television partnership that is doing them absolutely no favors. You have a program that Jake is trying to dig out, I think, of a pretty big hole in terms of an interest standpoint. I think that this fan base was neglected in terms of quality basketball for damn near a decade. And so when I'm watching this game last night on a Tuesday night in a primetime window, 7:30, and I see nobody in the upper deck, I go, geez, that's how bad this has gotten. I mean, this was a 7-1 team against the 13th ranked team in the country, your Big Ten home opener, and the entire upper level is empty. And that's not on Jake. That's on an apathy that has taken place here over the better part of the last decade when the program started to deteriorate. And so you got to win all of that back. And it's tough. It's really tough. Once you lose them, it's really hard to win them back. So winning will help, and you need to just do that consistently. Game times, all those things will help. But I also think it really sucks. And I know this one was on YouTube TV here locally. You were able to see it, I believe. I had somebody on social tell me that you were able to see it on YouTube TV. Were you able to see this thing, or did you have to go through the app?
I did Peacock.
Yeah, I did too.
But
mine was glitchy.
The not dead NBC Sports Network had it available.
Okay.
But I don't have that.
My Peacock was glitchy. It was driving us nuts.
So that would be why it was on YouTube TV, if that's the case, if they put it on NBC Sports Network, because it's back, it's living again, but it's only on YouTube TV right now.
I think so, yeah. and this has been an epidemic for you could probably go back. I mean, there's a reason that Bobby Knight threw a chair 40 years ago, because the officiating in this league, they really think it's about them. They really think
one of them was high stepping last night.
Oh, yeah. They really think that the audience wants to watch them call a game. That was unwatchable, the last 5 minutes of that game. I didn't even know that there were 48 personal fouls. I know both teams were in the double bonus for about the last 15 minutes. That's a failure. That is a failure. It's not watchable. It's not. It's a disaster. And this has been a problem in this league for a long time. Teddy Valentine, of course, everybody remembers that. There's been a million other of these guys. We shouldn't know your names. We shouldn't even notice that you're there. And it feels like every time Big Ten games are played, the last 5 minutes last 45 minutes because of all the stupid fouls and all the stupid television timeouts.
48 fouls called last night in that basketball game.
That's not watchable. That is not watchable at all. And by the way, if with all the TV timeouts, you get 3 timeouts, that's it. No 20s, no 3 timeouts, that's it. You got plenty. You got 4 clock stoppages naturally that come with the TV timeouts. It's enough. It shouldn't take that long to play a basketball game.
I always liken officials to offensive linemen. I shouldn't notice you.
No,
you shouldn't stand out.
Big Ten goes the other way. They really believe you're there to watch them. You mentioned how it feels like the Buckeyes are going to be there chasing the postseason. It feels like the Blue Jackets are going to be in a very similar spot. I had a very interesting feeling last night watching both of these games. We'll get to that coming up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.